everybody. My name is Kels.
I'm Kens.
And this is a Kels and Kens read. Today we're coming at you with a chatty video as opposed to the last handful of videos where it was, back and forth, individual style. But today we're sitting down and we're talking about some indie bookstores. Ones that we've been to, ones on our kind of wish list to go to. So yeah, before we get into that, what are you reading, Kens?
So I'm kind of in the middle of a couple. Shocker. Mm-hmm. I know, right? Shocker.
How many?
3 or 4. Yeah, so it's partly because I'm in Spotify jail.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I'm like halfway through just for the summer, and I ran out of hours, and so I had to go buy the book. So I plan on finishing that because I was like into it, and I'm like, bummer. And then I started The Long Game by Elena Armas for another video. So I'm reading that on my Kindle.
Ooh.
Plus the physical version. And then, as I was telling you, I started like my little memoir era, and I always read the name of it, Matthew Perry's, so Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. And I had to stop that one because it's making me a little sad. Because if you didn't know, I'm obsessed with Friends. Like literally obsessed with Friends. So I was getting too like emotional and upset reading it. So I ended up picking an old book that I had that I've already read. I'm rereading a book, but I'm reading Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. So
okay.
I had to stop reading that one to read this one. So just because I needed something fun, and I enjoyed this book, which a lot of people don't like Lynn Painter's adult romances. I enjoy her adult romances. I love this book. The first time I read it, I gave it 5 stars. So, but this was also like one of the first books I read. Early reading, Kinsey. Like,
as a child.
No, like rereading. So this
second grade
the first
Kinsey.
time I read in 2022.
I feel like you, because I am in the middle of 3 books.
Wow.
I'm just in a bookish slump-ish kind of sort of. Like I just don't feel like reading. So it's been really hard for me to like jump into a book. So I am not in Spotify jail, and I'm really worried I'm going to be in, because I am reading First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. It's a mystery thriller, I guess, but I'd say more mystery than thriller, because I'm not like but I'm more like, oh, I wonder what happens, and I know there's going to be a twist. And that's really good. I really like it. It's free on Spotify. So it's really good. I really like it. Then I'm reading The House in the Cerulean Sea.
I saw that on your Goodreads. Do you like it? Are you liking it?
Yeah. So because I was still am-ish in a book slump, it was hard for me to get into it. Like I would read the first couple pages and be like, I don't really want to read, and put it down. But now I'm about 100 pages in, and it's really good. I enjoy it.
I want to read his books so badly. I'm obsessed with the covers of all of his books. I think the
covers are just gorgeous. So fun and whimsical. Yeah.
But then some of our book girls that we watch have recently read some of his books, and they love them, and I'm like, I really want to read these books. And then I saw that you were reading it, and I was like, I need the tea. I need to know if Kelsey likes this book. Like,
it's cute so far. It's a lot of found family. Do you know what it's about?
Kind of. Who read it recently? Sarah or Destiny? I think all 3.
I think it was Sarah.
One of them.
I think they all read it.
Yeah, they had talked about it, and so like I know. It's kind of like an orphan magic system thing. I don't know why his books give me what's that? Those books that we used to read as kids.
Magic Treehouse?
No. Those were great. What is it called? The
great books.
Lemony, whatever his name is.
Oh, Lemony Snicket, A Series of Unfortunate Events. Yes.
Something about his books give me those vibes. Those are the vibes I get from his covers and stuff.
Yeah, I would definitely say, because it's about a social worker who works for the Department of Magical Youth, and he's assigned to kind of stay at this orphanage foster home to see if it's up to code, up to standards. Yeah. So it is kind of, like, that's kind of the vibes I got from this book specifically, because it is those orphans, and it's a lot of, like, cozy fantasy, magic-ish, like, outlandish things. But so far, it's really cute. I like it so far, and I'm excited. So I think I'm kind of slowly out of my book slump, crawling. But then I started reading Shatter Me.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too.
Yes, because I got it. I was on the wait list on Libby for it, for the Kindle book. And, of course, in my book slump, that's when I get it. I also have another book that is off of the wait list now, which I'm not going to be able to read in time. But so I'm like maybe 20 pages into Shatter Me, so I don't even know if I would count that. Like, I'm going to have to restart it when I decide to go back, so I might just return it and go back on the wait list. But
yeah, I've had to do that a few times, especially with books that I'm like in the as you know, like I like to read physical books, and then I like to listen to the audio version of it. So like with Emily Henry books, I've read all of them physically, and then when I'm in the mood to reread, I listen. So I've been in the middle of rereading Happy Place like 4 times, because I kept getting access to it when I was in that major book slump, and I like just was so busy at work, couldn't listen to it, didn't want to listen to anything on my drive home, like, so I'm still like, I think I'm only 30% through that one, and I've had it like 4 times. Same with A Game of Gods. Like, I keep getting it, and then I'm like, it's in my book slump, and I'm like, but
you're like, dang,
it's my goal to finish those. So when I get them back,
big goal.
I think I'm on like second in both of them. So I'll probably get them at the same time. But yeah, I shall be finishing those next time I get them.
You shallst finish. Yes. Well, I guess we should just jump right into it. We've kind of separated them in regions, almost, in different states. I mean, almost. That's what we did. We separated them by states. So, of course, we're going to start with North Carolina, and some bookstores that we've been and want to go to. One of my favorite ones in North Carolina, specifically Wilmington, is Paper Cup Books. This is downtown Wilmington. I forget the street name. It's been a while since I've lived there.
Is it like off of Front Street, or is it down like a side street?
It's down a side street. I remember I would have like therapy downtown, and then I would treat myself by walking to the bookstore and be like, la 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 la. But it's very small, but it's a mix of used and new books, more newer books. But no, they're really cool. I really like it. It's very like witchy vibe.
The next one is Bookmarks in Winston-Salem. I love this bookstore. I think it is so cute. It is in downtown Winston, and it is kind of connected to a brewery, in a way. So it's kind of, I don't fully understand the partnership that they have, but there is a brewery / restaurant called Foothills. I think it's called Foothills Brewery, which McCartney loved, because when I dragged him there, you can literally go get an alcoholic beverage, and while I was like, so he would go he got a drink or a coffee, I don't remember what it was, and I was like perusing the bookstores, and they have a big festival every year, like a book. I haven't been to it yet, but they do like a big book festival every year.
Oh my gosh! The next one is back in Wilmington, Old Books on Front. This is like right off of Front Street. It's deceivingly large. Like, you walk in, it's like a small storefront, but it just goes back, and it's a lot, mostly used books, and that you have to be in the mood to like dig for books there. So if you have like
looking it up.
It's really cool. I think it's by the Waffle House ? It's really cool. I love that place. They have like just a bunch of fun stuff too.
Yeah, this looks cute.
It is. I definitely recommend definitely checking those out.
This next one is in Winston-Salem as well, but I have not been to it. When I was trying to look up the name of a bookstore that I couldn't remember, this popped up, and I was looking at it. It's called the Book House. It is super cute. It's there's like a little coffee shop in it. Cute and comfy, and I'm gonna have to go check it out.
The next one is in Raleigh, and this is Quail Ridge Books. I love this bookstore. I've only been there maybe twice because, you know, Raleigh is a bit far from Wilmington. But it is so cool. It's on the corner of some shopping center, and it looks very, like, ornate with, like, columns and shit. But it's really cool. They have a lot of events. It's 2 floors, lots of books to choose from. There's a significantly large kids section, too. But no, it's really cool.
It's
I
in
really
North
enjoyed it.
Hills. Yeah.
Okay.
For those Canes fans out there, that's where a lot of the Canes players. North Hills. Yeah, North Hills is a nice area. I love North Hills.
Yeah, it's nice.
This is a nice
I'm
shopping
pretty sure
center.
there's... Yeah, I've only ever been to Quail Ridge Books there. Now we're jumping across the country, and I'm going to chat about some Washington ones that I've been to and hope to go to. Because if it's one thing, one way to explore a city is to explore the bookstores there. So, starting in Ellensburg, Pearl Street Books. I love Pearl Street Books. It is the local bookstore here, one of them. But they also have these 2 bookstore cats. And there's something about a bookstore with cats.
True.
There's Prince Henry and Alex. They're named after the main characters of Red, White, and Royal Blue. Yeah, so it's so cute. And they like actually are very active. And they'll like crawl in between your legs. They love pets. And the people there are super kind. I think I might go there today.
Oh, sure.
Might make a trip because it's rainy, and what else am I gonna do?
Okay, but like a random bookstore trip. Now, this one on your list, you're gonna have to save.
Yes.
Until I come visit you, because
I think I know which one you're talking about.
I want to go. I just want to go here really bad. Like, this is high up on my travel list.
Yeah.
Is this place, and so I'm like,
I think
you can't go there without me. Like, I want to go there with you.
Yes. So, in that vein, are you talking about the Romance Era Bookshop? That is in Vancouver, Washington. So, I want to say it's a couple hours away from me. But yeah.
Wait, Vancouver, Washington?
Yeah, there's a Vancouver, Washington. And it always confuses me. Because when people are like, I went to Vancouver, I'm like, Canada or Washington? And they're like mostly talking about Washington. Yeah.
Is it near Vancouver, Canada?
No. Some other places now moving over towards the west side in Tacoma. King's Books I just went to last week. It's in this like old brick building. And again, deceivingly like big because it just goes back. But it's a good mix of used and new books. It's attached to a comic store. It's attached to a like boutique, I think, question mark. I didn't do a whole lot of exploring because I was very tired. But I got a good amount of books there. That's for sure.
You did.
Then
your little vlog.
yeah, I did a good book haul because it was Indie Bookstore Day the day before, and I was busy, so I decided to go out on Sunday and hit the town with books. But one thing that was going on in the South Sound area, so Olympia, Tacoma, Gig Harbor, was they did a South Sound book crawl. And so they gave out, I'm going to try and put this in the screen. They gave out these like checklists. And if you completed them, you got like a 20% discount if you went to all of them, I think. I didn't really read the directions because you had to do it within a week to do it. So it wasn't just in one day, but I don't live on the west side. So there's a couple of places from there, specifically High Voltage Books, that I've been to, but High Voltage is mainly a record store. Ooh. And Brady loves to go there and like peruse through the records. And so when he goes there, I go over to the book section and just look at all the books. Those are all new books, but It's really cool. I love that place. Another one is Grit City in Tacoma. That one just opened up today, actually. They just opened today. It's a queer-owned bookstore off of 6th Ave in Tacoma. And so I really want to check that out when I'm over on the west side next.
That's cool.
Then moving into Seattle, there's a lot. There's a lot of bookstores in Seattle, but specifically Third Place Books. There's like maybe 3 or 4 locations throughout Seattle. So I definitely want to check those out. And then Elliott Bay Book Company, I've heard is really good. So I want to check that out.
Okay, so are we moving to New York now? Moving on to New York?
I guess we are. The Big Apple.
Yes. So, Cart and I recently just went to New York, and I guess through book talk and Bookstagram and all that stuff, I had found a couple of bookstores that I was like, I really want to go to these bookstores. As he makes fun of me saying, I don't understand how far things are in New York.
Yeah.
I was only able to go to one of like the 3 that I really wanted to go to. And so the first one is the Strand Bookstore in the city. Now, however, I did not go to the physical store. That one's like I think there's maybe 2 physical stores.
Okay.
One of them is on like, I'm not even trying to give you a direction. It's near Central Park.
Yeah. Okay.
But as we were wandering through Central Park one morning, I was like, oh my god, the Strand. Like, there was a pop-up on the side. Yeah. And it wasn't like a physical store. Like, it was just like a pop-up.
Yeah.
And I was so giddy. And I was like, didn't even know that this was, like, I knew these bookstores were, like, here. But I didn't know that, like, we just wandered onto this little pop-up on, like, the street. And I was like, I got so giddy because, like, they had, like, your, like, new section, and then they had books that were, like, $10 that were used.
Okay.
And, like, so I'm, like, perusing. They had a bunch of merch out. Now, there are a bunch of bookstores in New York City. Like, so many. Like, between the Barnes and Nobles that are just everywhere, or just other bookstores that I hadn't heard of. Like, there's this one. I was in the mood. I don't know, like, if you do this, like, sometimes when I don't want a picture on my, like, background for my phone, I'll go to Pinterest, and I will get something that matches my mood. Well, it was fall.
Yeah.
And I really wanted this, like, moody, kind of orange and, like, rainy vibe. Well, this bookstore, like, it was, like, this bookstore front that came up, and I was like, I love this. This is, like, what I wanted. It was almost, like, very Hogwartsy, like, in a way, like,
ooh, yeah,
the vibes, and I loved it. Well, as I'm trying to figure out how far I am from some of these bookstores while I'm there, I was like, I literally went and, like, smacked McCartney on the shoulder, and I was like, this bookstore is in New York. And
yes.
Like, I have literally had this as my background on my phone.
Yeah. You're like, it's real.
And he was like, oh my god, you were so weird. But we just didn't have time to go to that one, so I was a little bummed. But I think that one's called the Corner Bookstore or something.
Okay.
Like that. Okay. It was, like, so cute and just warm and cozy. There's one that's all mystery books. In New York. There's one that's got a really cool, like, piece of artwork in it, where it's like books that they've, like, bound together, and it's like kind of like on a thing floating through, like, the bookstore. Like, it's, like,
that's so cool.
It's really cool. Literally, I could have made a whole book themed trip to New York and been happy.
Yeah.
Now the 2 that I really wanted to go to were in Brooklyn. We were staying in Times Square, so to get to Brooklyn, it was like at least an hour drive, without traffic. So he was like, "Love you, but you know," and I was like, "Okay." So
damn,
those are Books Are Magic, and this I feel like this bookstore is very popular on social media because they have a lot of author events. They have a brick wall that say Books Are Magic, and a lot of people take photos in front of it, like with it's like a mural on their side of their store. Yeah. Like Tessa Bailey's been there. I think Emily Henry's been there. Like a bunch of famous authors go there, and they do talks and signings and all this thing. They're very big on social media, like where they have their staff and like they make videos. They talk about their favorite books, like very social media front. And it just looks like so fun. Like I just want to go and like talk to these coworkers and be like, tell me about the books you like. Like let's chat. Like I just want to like know you. So that bookstore just looks like really fun to go to, and I think they have like everything. Like it's not it's not like a specific bookstore. Yeah. And then you have the bookstore that I really want to go to called
I want to go to this one. Yeah.
The Ripped Bodice in Brooklyn. It is a romance only bookstore.
Yeah.
It is adorable. It is so cute, and I just want to go. Like it's almost like, I don't even, retro vibes in a way, like retro modern vibes. I don't even know what I mean? Like isn't the
it's like just a lot.
Isn't like the flooring like black and white tile?
I think so.
And I want their shirt. I want their merch so badly.
I just want. Let's take a book girlies trip. By the way, for our watchers who do not know, this is not Kenza's baby. This is not her baby. She's borrowing the baby.
The nephew. One of the nephews.
One of the nephews. Yeah.
I play with you in a little bit. I just gotta say bye. I just gotta say bye.
We just gotta say bye.
Okay.
So you want to roll us out?
Yeah, I think that's all our bookstores that we want to talk about.
Yes.
So, you know, if you've been to these or you want to go to them, or you have bookstores in our area that you think we should go to, let us know.
Or just in the world, you know, we'll make a trip.
Yeah, we would. So yeah, just like, comment, subscribe, let us know, chat with us. I think you'll like our next video.
Yeah, we're very excited for our next video.
I'm super excited for our next video. I think it's gonna be super fun. So, yeah, stay tuned.
Yes.
See y'all later.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.